The criminal justice system affects each and every single one of us on a day-to-day basis, whether we like it or not. My career plans include going to college and getting a degree in criminal justice, and from there maybe getting into law enforcement. Try to imagine what it'd be like without any kind of law and order. The world would be in mass chaos. Many of the countries in the world today have some sort of criminal justice system, whether that be police or a group of guys with baseball bats. The criminal justice system is a vital part of society. Without it, society wouldn't or be functional in an organized way. So, what exactly made me want to get into the criminal justice system? Let me explain to you why it's important to me and to you. As you probably know, the criminal justice system is an important part to our society. It includes law enforcement agencies, court systems, prisons, parole officers, the CIA, the FBI, and the DEA, and many more, just to name a few. I remember growing up, I was always asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would always go through my mind of all the different kinds of cool jobs that sounded fun to me as a kid. I would always think of jobs like being a doctor, firefighter, cop, pilot, president, and so on and so forth. But what always caught my attention was being a cop. One of the biggest things I liked about it was how it would always be something different every day. It wasn't just a desk job where you go in and do the same thing day in and day out. I've always liked the idea of helping people and serving people around the community and giving back to the community. There are a lot of interesting things I didn't realize about the criminal justice system. For example, if you get pulled over and the police officer asks you if he can search your car, you have the right to say no. I learned information like this from taking the criminal justice classes here at Butler. In the most recent years, I have done ride-alongs with some police officers at Cedric County Police Department, and I've also gone on with ride-alongs with my mom. She's a paramedic. When on calls with her, I would always interact with the police officers and ask them questions about life as a police officer. After a while, I went on a ride-along with a police officer and experienced what it was like to be a cop. I always saw different kinds of calls. You could probably imagine from pulling someone over to going on a house that's on fire and going to a car wreck where someone is seriously injured. So what does the 500, 900,000 plus officers do on a daily basis? I found out that police officers go around and perform essential things to society. On the serious side of things, cops are the ones that will walk into an unknown situation and risk their lives to keep the people of the community safe. For example, cops go to a home invasion call where the caller called in saying that someone is in their house. Cops go into that situation not knowing whether or not the person has a weapon, is going to run away, or is going to try and fight the police officers. Police officers can go to a call of domestic violence. I found out that on average, over a 3 month period, a cop's call will consist of 20% domestic violence calls. For the most part of these cases, however, unfortunately, both subjects are bruised or beaten in some form. These situations have to be evaluated in an unbiased opinion and try and find out who needs to go to jail and who doesn't need to go. On the not so serious side, cops will go to busy roads and pull over citizens that violate road laws. When I was on a ride along with a cop, one of the things he did was pull over a car that actually sped past us. We found out that he was late for a meeting, but he gave him a warning for speeding. Although this may not seem serious, it is actually very important to be able to abide by the rules of the road. So now that you know some of the details about law enforcement, let me explain to you why law enforcement caught my attention so much. Many people think that cops are just here to keep the good people safe and the bad people behind bars. However, that's not always the case. In today's society, sometimes it's hard to get a heartfelt thank you or a token of appreciation. I found out that one way I can achieve this is by helping the people of the community, and getting into law enforcement can help me achieve this. The idea of helping people have always interested me. One thing I saw on the ride-alongs is that not everything you do is hostile or shows aggression. One call I went on was the elder woman, elder woman that had collapsed from a heart attack. We were the first ones on the scene, and knowing basic medical responses, we were able to comfort her in her time of need. You get to help people that after they get into a wreck. Many times you get to decide if anyone needs to get a ticket, needs to go to jail from driving under the influence. I found out that roughly around 15,000 people get arrested for DUIs in Kansas. This affects many people from getting hit by them in a car or maybe them starting a fight with them. Cops are the ones that respond to this disturbance and settle the situation. As a cop, sometimes you will get assigned to schools and get to interact with the youth of society. Many cops get to influence kids and get to set an example of what to do and how to respect certain situations. Cops get to affect kids' life and show that they're not bad people, but people that try to keep the community safe. So now that you know what it's like to be a cop and to serve and protect your community, cops are not always there just to pull you over, but they're there to help you and keep you safe. Law enforcement has always been intriguing to me, and I know that there's always bad ideas to every job, but to me, the benefits of the job outweigh the bad points. When I've learned to everyone to appreciate the criminal justice system, it is a vital part to our society, and anything could happen at any second. So the next time you see a cop, give them the chance and give them a big thank you.